Howdy, howdy, everybody, and welcome to Stranded Deep in conversation. But even more than that, it is the second day of Cheermas, everybody. 12 days of Cheermas. Hope it's going great. Hope you're having a good time, and let's just jump into it, all right? Because there's talking that needs to be done, all right? Because it is the holiday season, and we're getting pretty close to Christmas. I wouldn't say it's exactly, but it is definitely getting there. And pretty much the only way that most people celebrate Christmas is giving gifts. Because again, it's the season of giving. Obviously, people need to be able to and be willing to give on such a holiday. But I mean, people are willing to give. You gotta be willing to take. That's what I'm trying to say here. So, I mean, listen, no, that's not exactly what I'm trying to say here. There's a lot of giving and there's a lot of taking. So we're gonna talk about both sides of the story. Times I've taken and times I've given, and things I should be giving. The things people, especially you guys, should be giving to other people. Like thinking about gifts and stuff like that. And one of the most controversial gifts I think out there are gift cards. All right, because listen, it's a gift cards versus money. I mean, when it boils down to it, it could be an either or sometimes, for depending on who you're getting it for, what you're doing with it. Because I mean, like money, all right. To a lot of people, not exactly a gift. It's more just some garbage. It's just money isn't garbage. No one's saying money's garbage, but it's not. There's no thought when it comes to money. Like there's some people out there who think, hey, you know what? That gift card that I could have gotten would have been a lot nicer because at least just you put some thought into getting me something for a store that I wanted to shop at, which is completely fair. Some people would rather just have the gift card because there's a little bit more of a sentiment in it. It's just it's a gift card. But there's also a wide majority of people, I don't know if it's a majority necessarily, but it's definitely a wide amount of people who think getting a gift card really just limits the place there they can even spend the money that you're willing to give them, so why not just give them the money up front? And I feel like money with a card is pretty good. I feel like that's probably the way I would go. Getting a Hallmark card, or even making your own card, right? Because homemade stuff is some of the stuff you cherish the most. I feel, at least the stuff I cherish the most. But I mean, yeah, like getting a Hallmark card's fine too. Because if you just give someone like an envelope of money, or just some like a $50 bill, is that awesome? Yes. Is there a lot of charm to it? No. I mean, it's not like they're really trying to make charm to it. Like, Tubby, you can just use the door. But yeah, so I feel like in the ranking system of sentimentality, in terms of gift cards versus money, you have money, just straight up money, giving someone money. It's appreciated, but it's not exactly going to hold any value to some people. Then you have a gift card. I feel like gift cards, they show that you at least know them enough to get them a card for something that you're expecting them to use, especially if it's like a refined one. Like, if you're going to go out of your way to get somebody like a Barnes & Noble's gift card, they're going to shop at Barnes & Noble's, which means you at least know them enough to get them a card based off of a store that they're going to frequent. So I feel like that definitely adds to it. But again, sometimes, you just want to go basic, Amazon or a Visa gift card, just because, you don't want to put them in one ballpark, you want them to be able to enjoy it, and not just in the one shop you want them to, which is why, of course, why would you just give them money? But I feel like a step up from there would probably just be a gift card that you can use in multiple places. It's not limited, there's no limitations to it, it's just you go where you want to go, and you have fun with the money. But again, why not just give them money? So I feel like the best thing you can do is give them a card, like a Hallmark card or a handwritten one, and just put some money in there and say, hey, Merry Christmas, thanks for being you, you're awesome. Because, that'll at least show that you'll pretty much do both things, where you give them money that they can spend wherever they want, but then it also shows that you care. Like there's some sentimental value to that interaction because you gave them a card, something that that isn't just gonna go away after they spend it. So I mean, I feel like that holds more than just the money itself. And so much so that I think that's probably the best way to give someone money. If you're going to give someone a gift of money, do it as money with a card attached, not a gift card. But I mean, again, if you want to do a gift card, if you think the person, because it also boils down to who is this person to you. Do you know them a lot? How well do you know them? Because if you know them and they think, I don't want money, don't give me money, then hey, a gift card, maybe they'll be more accepting of that than just money. Some people don't. Again, because some people say money is a cheap gift, something that you don't put a lot of thought into. But again, fair point. But it's not bad. But again, you want to know the person that you're gifting to, because otherwise, it might be a disaster. Which also comes to giving gifts, because sometimes you don't know the person enough to give them a good gift, so you just give them money. But sometimes you say, I think they'll want this, so I'm going to get them this, and that leads to bad gifts. Luckily in my life, I have not had very bad of gifts. I can't think of very many bad gifts. In fact, when I tried thinking of bad gifts, I didn't really think of much, except for one, which was years and years ago, like when Bionicle was just faded out, and they introduced Hero Factory. Me and my older brother, we love Bionicle, and getting a Hero Factory for Christmas was like a spit in the face, like a nice spit in the face. You were expecting it and you're okay with it, but it's just like, why? You're more mad at the action than the reasoning behind it. Like you don't say, why'd you spit in my face? You say, what the fuck? So with Hero Factory, I got a white one. It had a bunch of weird arms, it had a bunch of weird stuff on his arms, a bunch of tools and stuff. It was a really cool thing. Which again, this is the closest thing I can think of, at least right now, that is a bad gift, because it was Hero Factory. But again, really nice. It was cool. I liked it, but it could have been a Bionicle. I hated it more for what it could have been than what it actually was. But again, I didn't throw it away. I never had a gift that's made me think, why would I want this? And I just throw it away after I go home. No one, they can't see what I'm doing with it. I'll just tell them it broke at some point. I'm not gonna do that. That's mean. That's messed up. Again, that's pretty much the only bad gift I thought of my own. But in terms of just bad gifts overall, gift cards I feel like could be there, but there's value to it. There's a literal value to it. So I wouldn't say that. What I would say, though, is Christmas-themed clothing and or just other items in general, but mostly clothing. Because at least with the Christmas-themed item, it's cool, it's funny, it's nice. It's just some stupid thing. It's not... Obviously, if it was anything else other than a Christmas-themed item, then it'd be even better. Because why would you want to get a Christmas-themed anything on Christmas? Because then you're going to have to wait an entire another year in order to actually be able to wear that thing or put it out to display in your house. Because otherwise it's just going to be why the hell is that displayed right now? It's freaking March, right? No, I know, but my grandma got me this nice little Christmas statue of a dog, and it's obviously very Christmas related, but I'd feel bad if I didn't have it out, even though it looks really stupid right now because it's March. Or hey, I'm sorry, but my aunt, made me this Christmas sweater. Just bought it from friggin', I don't know, Walgreens or Target. So I mean, if I don't wear it for every family gathering from here on, they're gonna think I'm an ungrateful piece of shit. I don't want that. So I'm gonna have to just wear Christmas stuff coming into July, where it finally starts getting hot enough where I'm saying I don't need a sweater. It's just some silly stuff like that. Because it's just especially clothing, because you're gonna have this piece of clothing, you're gonna unwrap this clothing and be like, hey, If it's like a regular piece of clothing, then that's fine. He's like one of my favorite shirts as a kid. Is I had a big yellow one with like a yellow M&M, like it's like a yellow M&M shirt, and I thought that was the coolest thing in the world, and I loved that thing, and I wore that a lot because it was again not Christmas related. It was just a nice shirt that I got on Christmas, but I'm sure I've gotten like Christmas socks or Christmas shirts or anything like that on Christmas. I'm sure I've gotten that stuff. And the first thing I've done is just put it away. And I don't think about it at all for an entire year until next Christmas rolls around. Where I'm like, okay, I gotta wear this because, they gave it to me. If I don't wear it on Christmas, they're gonna not like that. But then sometimes I don't even remember that I even have this stuff. That's the thing. You put it aside for a whole year. You have to remember that you even have this piece of clothing in your dresser somewhere for an entire year. In which a lot of cases you're not going to do. In a lot of cases you're just going to wind up saying like, when did I get this, and throw it away during spring cleaning, because you're not going to wear it at all until Christmas. So chances are you don't remember even getting it in the first place. It's just silly gift idea, Christmas related anything, but especially clothing. And then of course, and this is I have some scenarios like this, gifts that aren't even yours. Because listen, I had a big, whenever we would like do Christmas before like high school, it was a pretty big family gathering. Like there was like a lot of people and a lot of gifts as such. And how my aunt would display them was she'd have this huge tree, and she'd put up all the gifts under the thing and section them off. So like, this is mine, this is your sister's, this is your cousin's over there. And, great. It's obviously a good way of doing it until they fuck up. And then who's to blame? Certainly not you, but it kind of felt like it, sometimes, because we had one with a big family. I feel like someone always kind of winds up getting picked as the favorite, and that was one of my cousins. No hate to them. They're a really cool person. I think they're awesome, and we used to hang out a lot when we were kids, and I genuinely enjoyed the time I had with them. They're still alive, just they're not dead. But they were obviously the one that my aunt and like grandma like spoiled the most out of everybody in the family. Like she's like, all right, whatever. And like they always got the cool stuff too. They got a lot of the stuff, and they also got a lot of the cool stuff. So what would wind up happening is, sometimes this wasn't an incredibly common thing, but sometimes what would happen is you would open a gift and be like, "Oh, dude, I can't believe it! I got this super cool thing." I literally cannot give you an answer as to what that cool thing would possibly be. Not because I'm lying to you, but just because I don't remember things very well. But you'd get this really cool thing, and then you'd be like, "Oh, super cool! Look at this thing! It's got this, does this, and everything is so awesome about it." And then one of the adults, like supervising the whole Christmas gifting opening situation, is like, "Oh, that wasn't for you," and then they'd give it to someone who it was supposed to go to, which at least for our family is more often than not that one cousin. Again, no beef, just just some silly little things, and a lot of emotions come with that. There's like semi-anger towards the person who was taking it away. Like, what do you mean? This gift had my name on it. I opened it. I was super excited about it. Why? What do you mean it's not mine? And you get a little bit upset about that. You also kind of feel a little bad sometimes, because you're like, "Oh, shit, I didn't mean to open this person's gift." Because sometimes, there's two names on it, and for whatever reason there's two names on it, so then eventually you see the wrapping, it's like, "Oh, their name was on it. Oh, I'm sorry." But it wasn't. It was also in my pile, so I don't know how it got in my pile. Your pile is over there. I don't know how this happened. Sometimes you also feel anger towards the person who's getting the gift that you just opened and were super happy about, because then they're also just acting super happy about it and talking about it as if they didn't just hear you talking about it and being super happy about it, and they would be like, "Whoa, dude, that's so cool." Pro tip for anyone who's supervising a bunch of kids getting presents during the Christmas time: for the love of God, make sure you're labeling them correctly. Make sure you're sorting them correctly, because some people will not be very happy when they find out that the gift they just opened was not actually theirs. I feel like that's most kids. I feel like that's a lot. There's no way that's not most kids, if not all kids. Some of them will be like a bit more reasonable about it, but some of them will just get fucking angry probably. And I'm sure it's happened where someone's opened my gift and I got it and I was super happy about it. It's like a special little surprise, like, oh, I had more, but then that also means someone else has less, and it's just not nice. So, final bad gift is a gift that isn't really yours, or is yours and turns out someone else had. You know, it's bittersweet. Because someone else is getting a present, but you're either gaining someone else's present that they thought they had, or you're giving one away. So, could be better scenarios for gifting, for present gifting. But then it also gets asked the question of, well, what gifts do you even get people? Because there's a lot of gifts. There's a lot of different types of gifts. You know, there's like electronics, there's toys, there's clothes, there's a bunch of stuff. And then obviously that boils down to who you're getting it for. Now, let's say if I was to get my coworkers a gift, I wouldn't get them like clothes, because I mean, we don't work in a place that sells clothes, so this doesn't make sense. But also, assuming that I know what my coworkers want to wear is kind of, I feel like that's a bit weird, you know? I feel like that wouldn't make a lot of sense, no matter which coworker I was getting it for. I don't see that being something people should do. But I mean, hey, so I'm sure some people think that's okay, and some people accept it and like getting clothes as gifts from coworkers. So hey, but then I have to like ask them their like shirt size or pants size or shoe size or whatever, and it's just that seems like for like friends and family, that's not too much information. But for coworkers, I feel like it's a little bit too much information. Unless you're like friends with your coworkers, then like, hey, it's fine, I mean, sure, why not? But it was just someone that, if it's like for Secret Santa. Secret Santa is a really, really tough pain in the pants, because a lot of times with Secret Santa, especially when it's like coworkers and stuff, you don't necessarily know the person that you're getting the Secret Santa gift for. So you don't really know what you want to get them. Like, you have some ideas maybe, but what's the right one? And I'm gonna tell you right now what the right idea is. And this is only for Secret Santa, because this can actually be tacked on to the like getting like semi bad gifts, food, as a gift from like a relative or someone, or I guess like a quick like holiday treat, like a holiday snack, as a gift from like a relative or a family member. It's kind of just like I feel like this could have been a stocking stuffer. Not to be rude, of course. Like I'm very happy for this, but like I feel like an asshole if I were to wrap someone's food like a quick snack, like a Reese's Santa, and give it to someone as a present instead of in a stocking stuffer. I'd feel like a big piece of shit. Like, they'll obviously be appreciative of it, and I'm sure I'd appreciate if someone gave me food, but I feel like that would be such a big stab in the ass. Like, for me wrapping up someone's food as if it was like a present, I feel like that's just too much. I wouldn't feel okay with that. I'm sure they would enjoy it, obviously, but that's like a gift that you don't really give unless you don't really know the person very well, which is exactly where it falls into Secret Santa. If you don't know the person very well, you might know what they eat during their break, so maybe try to get something related to that, or just a general holiday bunch of treats anyway, Just get them something that they can enjoy for their day. Hey, so my Secret Santa came in, it's a bunch of treats, I'm going to enjoy these, it's going to be really nice. Also, a good reason why food can be up there, it doesn't stick around for too long. Because let's say I got them like a little Christmas ornament, or like a Christmas statue, or just something that's something that's more permanent than like food or a gift card or something. If they don't like it, they're gonna either feel obligated to keep it and then just have this piece of garbage in their house for like a few months or a year, or they're just gonna throw it away. And the gift's not really going to mean anything to them. They're not going to feel as if they've been given a worthy gift for, like, a Secret Santa thing. Which can be, at the same time, it sounds rude, but it also is kind of fair. Because, you don't want to give somebody just some shit that they aren't really gonna want. I mean, like, if you don't know them very well and you're getting them like an actual like gift, that can go one of two ways: really good or really bad. You can either guess really right or really wrong, and then that might just cause some just interesting things. So I wouldn't try to risk unless you really know the person you happen to get the Secret Santa for. If you know that person, then go for it. Get them something crazy. But also, there's usually limits, like money limits for Secret Santa stuff. So that's obviously something you should keep in mind. Something cheap but nice. But again, I think snacks, food, but like not like just tiny pieces of shit. Like not just a bag of fucking Doritos. Like get them something that has some sustenance to it, but is also very festive. And because again, it's the season. You don't you don't give someone for Secret Santa like a fucking chicken tiki masala. It just doesn't make much sense. It's nice, sure, but it just doesn't make much sense. But yeah, so Secret Santa, get him something nice but temporary. You don't want it to stick around for too long. At least that's my idea. Because again, unless you really know the person, but otherwise, you don't want to get them something that takes up too much space. You don't want to get them something that takes up too much time or effort. Don't get them a puzzle. Don't get anybody a puzzle for Christmas unless you know that person likes puzzles. Do not get them a puzzle. That would be the stupidest thing to do. Again, I feel like someone just recommended to me get him a puzzle, and now I'm just mad because the amount of space it takes to make a puzzle, the amount of time takes to make a puzzle, and then if you don't have the right stuff to actually keep the puzzle together and put it on your wall, which you'd have to have a space to display the puzzle after you're done, you'd take it apart and throw it away, or take it apart and put it in a closet where it's taking up more space. One of the worst gifts to give somebody, especially someone you don't know, is a puzzle for sure. That is just awful. I'm getting mad just thinking about getting a puzzle. Because obviously I feel like I'd enjoy it. Like I enjoy making stuff, so I feel like I might enjoy a puzzle, but especially if it's like a big puzzle. Like I don't have a table for that, man. I don't have any space to make a puzzle. So unless it's like a 50-piece puzzle that I can easily put together in like 2 seconds, I'm not going to be having fun with that puzzle. But yeah, so let's move on to some like a lighter topic, because I feel like this has been a fairly more negative video, or trying to deepen conversation generally compared to other ones. Let's talk about something else, shall we? How's about gifts that I've received that I like, that I actually enjoyed? Again, I'm not just some negative Nancy. I'm hardly a negative Nancy. At least I don't try to be a negative Nancy. I like things. I like gifts. I'll take just about anything. Again, I can only really think of one negative gift. So I'm just going to I'm going to spitball some of the gifts that I remember most fondly. Starting with a freaking laptop, alright? Like a Microsoft Surface laptop. I got one of those, I'm fairly certain, for Christmas, like around like high school, like second year high school, from my mom. And that thing was awesome. That thing was actually incredible. Like it was cool, it was light, it was powerful, it was nice. It was a solid laptop, and I loved that thing. I used it for months and months and months until I pissed all over it. Because for those of you who don't know, I think I mentioned this in the I am embarrassing myself strand of deep in conversation, but I used to wet the bed quite a lot until around 15, 16. And I grew out of that shit late, and I destroyed a lot of bed sheets, clothing, and especially electronics such as this laptop. Pretty sure this laptop was the only thing I've ever actually broken with my piss. However, I broke it with my piss twice. All right, okay. So listen, if I don't tell anyone that I've never spoken about this to anybody. So if one of my family members happens to come across this video and like here's this story, here's the truth, I guess, because I just said actually at one point I just stopped working. I think the first time I pissed on it, I said like I spilled something spilled on it, and it just stopped working. So for months I just left it in a drawer and didn't even tell anyone that it stopped working until eventually my mom was like, "Hey, why haven't you been using your laptop?" And I was like, oh yeah, it's just something spilled on it or something. It doesn't work. I don't really know. So then she took it to Best Buy with the receipt, and she got like the warranty on it, so she was able to get a fucking whole new one, a fresh ass new one, from Best Buy. And we were like, oh shit, okay, that's pretty cool. I'll take that. And then a few days later, I'm just chilling with the laptop up in my bed. I had a bunk bed, and I'm just cruising, watching some stuff, and I pass out when I didn't expect to. And I wake up and gosh dong, it's ruined again. However, the thing is though, that second time I can't say for sure that I that I pissed on it, because it was like fairly far away from me. Like I had it on the other end of the bed, but also I guess I know I woke up sodden that day, so I can only my boldest assumption is that I completely destroyed that thing. But I remember it being pretty far away from me. Like, it was still on the bed, so it was still completely susceptible to whatever the fuck could have happened to it. But I don't know. It's hard to say, but I'm like I'm not 90. I'm like 70% sure that I pissed on it. And I actually still have this thing. It doesn't smell like piss, so, take the story with a grain of salt, I suppose. But I'm trying to pop my camera open so I can show you guys, because again, I don't. So yeah, this bad boy. I've had this guy sitting in. Oh, there's even a date on it. April. No, it's the 8th month. August 9th, 2018 is when this was stickered, stamped, and given back to me. I'm going to hold the sticker because there's some name and, I assume, important information on it as well. It's just not working. Oh, activate, right. There it is. Hello, everybody. So here it is, the Surface laptop. It's still, I still have it. Here it is, open. You can see straight and deep in one monitor, and then that's that monitor, and then that one's just the other one for just recording stuff. But yeah, I mean, it's just it still like is a computer. It's just that it doesn't charge, and when I try to charge it, it's like a weird red flashy thing. So I think. Eventually, maybe, I can try to figure out how to fix this thing, but until then, I don't know. But yeah, genuinely one of the most memorable Christmas gifts, mostly because of the aftermaths with it, but still a good gift. Still a pretty solid gift, I would say. Another gift that I really remember distinctly. Oh my god! I just remembered one. These both came from my older sister in like 2018. So was that year when I got the laptop back? It was August. Okay, but in like 4 months after that came Christmas, like when I got it back. So like around December I got it. Around like May I pissed on it, and then around August I got it again, and then like a few days later I either pissed on it or it just exploded. I don't know. And now 4 months later, Christmas time comes around, and granted. I pestered the shit out of my sister for this, and I felt bad after a while of mentioning it, because Red Dead Redemption 2 had came out in November, and I really wanted it, and I really wanted it, and I told her about it, and I showed her all the memes and videos about it, and she's like, oh yeah, I can get that for you for Christmas. I'm like, no fucking way. But she didn't really talk about it much, so I just kept assuming that she forgot about it. So I was just being an asshole and constantly reminding her about it, but trying to do it subtly, which wasn't fucking working. I was just being a big piece of shit. So sorry about, pestering you about it, but she did get it for me, and I was super fucking grateful. And I played that game constantly for weeks. I did all the side quests, I did all the main shit, I did everything. I did literally everything I could possible with that game, and I love it, and I would love to play it again. I've played through that story like at least 3 times, and I love that game. I've customized, it's just such a fucking fun game. Red Dead Redemption 2 is definitely up there for me. It's one of my favorite games. But yeah, with that, Red Dead Redemption 2 came something that I'm actually gonna go grab. Give me 1 second. You're gonna get some video evidence of this one. I don't think you guys are ready for this. There's no way you're ready for this. Push my hair back. It is clothing, by the way. But this is what I mean by something clothing related that is a good Christmas gift. I'm just trying to angle the camera. I feel like I just hold the fucking camera. Shkabam. Okay, this is fine. Look at this fucking thing. Look at this thing. Oh, sparkles, lovely. This is incredible. It's hard to see somehow with the light, but it's like sequins, obviously. And then it's like, why is the light reflecting so weird? What if I turn on the light? Let me go turn on the light. Hey, I'm gonna turn on the light. Where's your fucking mouse? There it is. Now I can see it much better. Look at this. It's like rainbow sequins, but then if you like flip it around, it's like a white silver. I'm trying to do with the silver one. I don't usually rock the silver. I'm usually rocking the crazy fucking rainbow sequins. But yeah, I fucking love this jacket. It's like a nice little jacket thing. And I got this thing like 4 years ago now. So I'd be surprised if it, like, this thing, it never exactly fit me, but hey, ow, fuck, my hair. But yeah, look at this fucking thing. I mean, I never really wear it zipped up. There's no pockets to it. But I mean, I think I'm pretty cool. Also, ignore the weird fact that it stops at the crotch. I think it's a woman's jacket. I'm gonna say it. But I don't care. I wanted it, and I told her about it, and then she got it for me. Because she is awesome. I'm going to take this thing off now. Give me 1 second. But yeah, so I wore that thing. I've worn that thing many times. I've worn it to arcades, worn it to concerts. I've worn it to just a lot of shit. Just a lot of crazy shit. And then there's some less crazy shit. Sometimes I just wore it out. I thought it was funny. I thought it was cool. And I genuinely love that jacket. That is one of my favorite things to have been gifted ever. So there's that for you. I forgot. I didn't forget that I had it, but I forgot it was a Christmas gift. I don't remember when I got it. I don't remember why. I didn't remember it being a Christmas gift or not. But yeah, either way. So a couple more things for you before we wrap this puppy up. Bionicle, or just Lego. For me, Legos. For my older brother, Bionicle. But for me, it was Legos a lot. There's like a Lego tank thing. There's like a off-brand Lego tank thing that my aunt got me that I fucking built the same day and loved it. The problem with Legos is, again, trying to find space for it, especially because we'd open gifts and then we'd hang out as a family for like another 4 hours. So in the times that's happened, I once got like a fairly big Lego Atlantis set, and then I built it, and then we had to leave and go home because we were at my grandma's house. So we had to like find a way to bring it home without taking it apart, because I just spent a while building it and I didn't want to break it. But then I also didn't want to, put it in the fucking trunk, because then it would break around while we were driving home. So I had to like awkwardly hold this thing and carry it around and whatnot. It was just a disaster. But Bionicle were much easier, much slimmer, and much cooler, honestly. 1 second, guys. My cat wants to come say hi. Come on, Tubby. You can come. You can come in. Come on, you silly goose. What do you got to say to me, huh? Say it to the boys in the back. Come on. Say it. There he is. What a dude. What a dude. Come here, bud. Hi. Hi, bud. Merry second day of cheermas. Oh, you're so sweet. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Hello, buddy. Where's the... Give you guys a sneak peek. Look at the behemoth. Oh, shit. Hold on. I put the lens thing back on. Look at him. He's so sweet. This is what he wants, by the way. Hello. Don't rub on the mic. That's disgusting. Thank you, but... Soup's here! Soup's here! Everyone's here. This is a great gift. Hi, Soup. You don't like being held too much. I'll just point the camera to you. Look, it's Soup. He's gone. Look, it's Soup. Love that dude. I'm gonna turn off the camera now. Okay. But yeah. So, Bionicle. Right. because they've been held for 30 seconds and now they're done. So Bionicle. I have a very, as I said, my older brother likes it a lot more than I do. Don't get me wrong, I don't hate it, but I'm not as into the lore of it as he is or was and all that jazz. Oh god. But yeah, so one Christmas I got a Toa Mari Kongu, which to some of you, to most of you, probably all of you, that just sounds like a bunch of fucking nonsense. But to me, it was the coolest thing in the world because we grew up around Bionicle, and the one phase I remember the most was the Toa Inikas, so like Jowler, Matoro, Kongu, Huki, Naparu, and Holly. Those six were like the main things in my life. And fun fact, Jowler Locobo is one of the greatest YouTube channels of all time. This is not a like a paid sponsorship. He's not been recording things for a couple years now, but that's fine because the stuff he still has up is absolute fucking awesomeness. Like the material he produces is nothing short of incredible. So go check him out. Jowler Locobo, well, produce I should say, because again he doesn't produce anymore, but still he made some good shit. He made some funny ass videos. Definitely were some of the things that I remember most about early YouTube for me. Was Jowler Locobo. So go check him out. But yeah, absolutely fucking phenomenal dude. Oh. Interesting. But yeah, so Jowler Locobo. But yeah, either way, so I got the Kongu, and he was cool. He was supposed to be like an underwater deep sea version of him, because that's like they were like going underwater to like do a crazy mission or whatever. I don't exactly remember. But they had like these cool like rebreather mask things on, and like some like guns on their arms and shit. And Kongu had like 2 fucking guns on his arms, which was so cool. And of course my brother got like a bunch of like Bionicle shit, and a bunch of them. I think he even had like Axon. Oh my god, I forgot about the 7th Paraka. I don't remember his name. What was his name? I'm googling his name. Sorry, but I need to do this. What was his name? Oh my god. Because for those, there was another gift I got as a kid. Was like a huge Bionicle set, and my brother was so jealous of it. It was like what the hell was his name? Hold on. I'm gonna fucking pause till I can find it, because this might take a hot second. There he is. It's Vizon and Fenrak. He's the 7th Paraka. They originally came with 6, but now there's a 7th. And it was Vizon and Fenrak. And Fenrak was like this big fucking... You know what? I'm just gonna fucking show you. Hold on. Display this. Display these nuts. Sorry, that's uncalled for and rude. This is a Walmart page for it. It no longer really exists because it's out of stock. But look at that. Vizon and Fenrak. He's the tiny dude with like a big spider with a huge jaw thing. I got this thing when I was like maybe like 8 or 9. I don't know, like 8 to 10 when I got that, and I loved it. I built it and I brought it everywhere, and then I'm pretty sure I left it at a neighbor's house, and he moved, so I never got to see it again. But I fucking love that thing so much. When did it come out? God, I want him again. Oh, I forgot about him. I forgot about this dude. But here, let me show you a Kongu. Let me show you a Toa Mari Kongu. I can just pop up Google Images or something. This is the dude I got. No, we'll go to the Wiki fandom. Everyone loves the Wiki fandom. That's not what I need. I need this. Bam. There he is. Kongu. And that is, of course, Toa Mari. And then this is his Toa Inika. Pretty basic green dude. He got the ball shooter, and he got the little beam sword. I fucking love that shit. But yeah, this is the one I got as a kid. He is super freaking cool. But of course, they were all pretty much super freaking cool anyway. So, Bionicle as a whole, fucking incredible. I forgot about the Vizon Fenrak set. I got it from one of my other aunts. And God, I love that thing so much. But there is still... I'm going to die. But there's still one more thing to talk about before we wrap things up, and that is my Pokemon gifts. Pokemon toys that I've received. And yeah, I had received quite a few Pokemon gifts, toys, anything really, because my family knew I love Pokemon. I'd get Pokemon cards, I'd get Pokemon toys, I'd get Pokemon figures, I'd get Pokemon anything. One of the things I got, I'm going to pause the game because I'm going to die. So if I don't, I'm actually going to die in the game. So let me find this. I'm pretty sure, yes, I already have this pulled up because I was remembering it recently, and I really wanted it, and it's this guy. Ignore the website. I don't understand what it's asking for, but he's a Pokemon keychain. He's Shieldon with a Pokeball. It came in a little Pokeball, and they have like a Pokemon in it, and as like a keychain. And
your choices matter in Eco House.
What the fuck is happening? What? Stop!
Hey, good choice.
Stop! What is it? What is happening?
Eco House.
What the fuck was that? Oh, that was a different browser. I was looking up an old game thing on PBS, and it just played a video of it for some fucking reason. Okay, but yeah. So where am I going? That Shieldon meant a lot to me as a kid. It was one of the coolest things I got, and I love that thing. And that's the main reason why I love Shieldon as much as I do, because I got him as a cool ass keychain for Christmas one year. It was when I was pretty young. But yeah, the Sinnoh region was at its like fucking prime when I was a kid. So like everyone was getting me gifts from the Sinnoh region, like starters and stuff. I got a bunch of like plushes of them. One of the most memorable things like I had was a Bulbasaur like plush thing that also like had like a little pouch for like his like under him. You'd think like his like plant sack thing would have been, you know, the thing to be the pouch, but it wasn't at all, and it was weird, and I didn't understand it. Oh dear lord. But yeah, it was cool, and I love that fucking plush dude. But I got a bunch of weird plushes, I got a bunch of weird action figure toys. I got like the ones where they were like 4 or 5 in one set, and then like a bunch of they were like on the back side. There's like a bunch more like showing like you can get these 4 in this set and this one there. And it was just, I just really like Pokemon, so I got like any fucking Pokemon thing I could get my hands on. And oh my god, that stuff. I really wish I had a bunch of that, because that stuff I loved. All the action figures. Got a bunch of Pokemon cards that I didn't really play the game, so I just mostly used the cards as action figures. I'm pretty sure I've mentioned that before, but just in case I didn't, that's something that I did a lot. And yeah, I mean, that was pretty much my time as a person who did things. What happened there? Alright, but that was something that I did a lot as a kid. Was just had fun with my weird Pokemon shit. And I love that Pokemon shit, and I still get more Pokemon shit. And some of the most memorable Pokemon stuff from lately, and these are one of the most recent gifts that I can remember that are, like, actually mean a lot to me, are my twin sisters' crocheted, handmade Pokemon, like, things. And, again, I'll have to go grab some, so give me a second. Sorry, I know it's a lot of jumps, but I have a lot of show and telling to do. Okay, so... Camera. Bang. Oh, wait. This is... I should just keep that off, whenever I do anything. So here is the first one that she gave me, ever. It is Porygon Z. Look at this fucking dude. Look at this guy. He's an absolute behemoth. He is so cool. I love this guy, because I gave her, like a few days before she asked me what I wanted, like, if I wanted a Pokemon for her to crochet for me for Christmas, I had just made a list of all the Pokemon that I like a lot. Like, I went through every type and, like, did that, and that was actually what I used in reference for my second Strand of Deep in conversation about the best Pokemon. So, seriously, and I got so lucky, because then she made this guy for me, and it's so cool. And the rest of them, like, she's planning on making me more already. Like, she already said she has 2 done, and she's been working on a 3rd one for this year. I'm so excited. Like, actually, really, really excited. But she's also given me some in the previous, like, Shuckle, which is the fucking cutest dude. Look at him. She wasn't happy with this. She doesn't do Pokemon very much. She likes Pokemon, but she isn't, like, as into it as I am. This is an amazing Shuckle. It's so adorable. And she thought it was a bad job. I love this guy. Genuinely, one of my favorite possessions in my life right now is this fucking Shuckle. I love him so much. Shuckle's one of my favorite, probably like top 2 or 3 favorite Pokemon, genuinely, because he's just such a derpy piece of shit, and I love him, especially in the games. Oh man, but I have another one that she made for me, which wasn't even on the list, but she just made it for me, which I'll actually be showing you tomorrow, because hey, you know something? This is the I'm gonna turn this off now because we're done with that. This is the end of the world as we know it. No, but this is the end of this episode, pretty much. You know, I'm gonna be keeping myself alive, so that way next episode isn't just me doing the same shit over and over again. But yeah, we're pretty much done with the episode. I've talked about gifts, talked about what the best things to give, talked about all that sort of stuff. But what I do have is this.
Give me your presents. They're mine. The globe. Fuck you.
Eventually. But yeah, so I hope you're looking forward to that. Yeah, so this was the second day of Cheermas, everybody. I really hope you enjoyed. I'm not used to ending a strand of deep in conversation anywhere but the other fire, but I'll take this one. This is nice. This is nice. So thank you all again, and I really look forward to seeing you tomorrow. I'll see you then, guys. Bye now.